Now, there are some moments in aviation and indeed in life where training experience and calm decision-making can make all the difference between life and death. 80 passengers and crew narrowly escaped disaster on Wednesday when an Arik Air Boeing 737 operating a Lagos to Port Harcourt flight was forced to divert to Benin Airport after an engine incident mid-air. Now, this aircraft was descending into Port Harcourt when the crew detected a loud bang from the left engine, triggering immediate safety procedures and a diversion to the nearest suitable airport. The aircraft did land safely in Benin with all passengers evacuated without injury, a moment that many are now describing as a reminder of how quickly routine journeys can turn very critical. Nigeria's Safety Investigation Bureau says that the crew shut down the affected engine in line with global safety protocols after abnormal engine indications were detected and preliminary findings show significant damage to the engine, with investigators now analyzing flight data and cockpit recordings as part of the investigation. But beyond these technical details, moments like this do remind us of something bigger, that behind every safe landing is a preparation, it's teamwork, and split-second decisions that most passengers never see, but rely on every single day. Now, a lot of people weren't happy with this. They said, why didn't they know that the engine was broken beforehand? That is a good point, but I'm choosing to celebrate this. Before I hand over to my very capable team, I love you all watching back home, so please chime in on this segment with the tag trending now if you want to draw my attention to something that we can talk about on this segment. And now, team, what do you make of this? I thought this story could go very differently, Mr. Shomi. You know, we could have been mourning 80 people right now. This is not to say that the crew did not have their fault in preliminary investigations.
Well, I must commend the crew for making a decision, because failure to make a decision at that point in time could lead to a very fatal situation. The only thing I'm curious about is when an aircraft is already descending into an airport, and there was no problem on the timer, but the problem happened with the engine, one of the engine going off. So Boeing 737 have two engines, so therefore they should have been able to land in Port Harcourt safely, rather than taking a decision to go to a further place, which is Benin Airport, to land. So for me, I think it's an issue for AIB, to look into.
The most important thing is that they're safe. I was doing my findings and I hear that the pilot is really a strong and professional pilot. And I was listening to the recording where, he was so calm. Even when he was saying, everybody go back to your seat, he was really calm, just speaking to them, because I'm sure the amount of panic, that would have happened. When things like this happen, we'll say, oh, why didn't they check it? Let's not forget that anything can happen. I always tell people, when you get into a plane, it's between you and God, because at that point, there can be mechanical failures, anything can happen. But the most important thing is that they were able to land safely and the people are safe, because the conversation would have been totally different.
Honestly, if it had gone the other way, we would have sat here all day mourning and talking about how it happened, what happened. So I guess we need to do everything possible to do all the checks before we suspend ourselves mid-air. Oftentimes when I land, whether from within one state to the other, or whether from Nigeria to another country, tears normally comes down from my eyes each time we touch the ground, because I know how dangerous it is to be mid-air for several hours.
Unfortunately, Brian, I won't be there to console you when you're crying. But anyway,